In a banner year for Invicta Fighting Championships, the world's premier all-women's mixed martial arts promotion closes out 2018 with its record-setting 7th event of the year. Tonight, the Phoenix returns to Kansas City's Scottish Rite Temple when atomweights look to settle some unfinished business atop the 105-pound division. In July, perennial contender Jinyu Frey captured InvictaFC Gold by earning a unanimous decision over Finland's Minna Grusander. While the judges were in agreement favoring Frey, others felt it was Grusander that deserved the victory. And tonight, in our main event, these athletes meet once again as Jinyu Frey will look to solidify her championship status, and Minna Grusander hopes to capture what she feels is rightfully hers, the InvictaFC Atomweight Championship. In our co-main event, strawweights square off when UFC veteran Danielle Taylor makes her InvictaFC debut as she faces the undefeated Mexican prospect Montserrat Ruiz. These fights and many more are headed your way next, live from Kansas City and streaming to the world via UFC Fight Pass. This is InvictaFC33 Frey vs. Grusander 2. In a quick 29-day turnaround, the Phoenix rises once again over the Show Me State as the InvictaFC cage sets up shop inside Kansas City's Scottish Rite Temple, where later tonight, atomweights vie for the top spot as the crown is on the line once again when champion Jinyu Frey defends her title against a familiar foe in Finland's Minna Grusander. It is InvictaFC33 Frey versus Grusander 2. Hey everybody, I'm TJ DeSantis. Happy holidays and welcome to Invicta Fighting Championships. In art, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And in mixed martial arts, it's efficiency that is up for conjecture. In July, champion Jinyu Frey claimed her title by taking a unanimous decision over Minna Grusander. While the judges were in agreement, many fans and media alike didn't think that was the case. Tonight, we run it back in an effort to leave no doubt. Here to break it down with me, the reigning, defending, undisputed champion of our commentary team, it is Julie Kedzie. Julie, tonight, Frey versus Grusander 2, really the second chapter, what is turning out to be atomweight's greatest rivalry.
Greatest rivalry indeed, TJ. You know, in Invicta's 6.5-year history, there has never been an immediate title rematch. But the bitterness between these two camps, the growing rivalry, like you said, and the outcry from the fans and the media has made tonight inevitable. Grusander believes she should have that crown, but Jinyu Frey is the champion.
The talented Texan Jinyu Frey walks into the same building that she left as champion in July. And tonight, with a chip on her shoulder, she looks to hunt for validation of her crown.
A chip on her shoulder and all business, TJ. All week she's been stone-faced, ready to go. And we saw even, she's been the most prolific atomweight in Invicta's history with lightning-fast attacks, beautiful counter-wrestling and takedowns, and really an all-around wonderful MMA game.
She was rewarded with the unanimous decision back in July, but Minna Grusander has obviously changed plans and changed her attack. What does Jinyu Frey need to do to ensure that she's the champion by night's end?
Well, to keep on holding onto that belt, TJ, she needs to visibly take the initiative this time. She was a little bit too calculating, a little bit too hesitant the last time around, and that gave Grusander the opportunity to push forward almost the entire fight. With that, with taking the initiative, she needs to have tighter range control. Her strikes were whipping just a little bit in some of the exchanges, and she wasn't really keeping up with that sideways lateral movement that she's so good at on her feet. She needs to also attack on the breaks. If they tie up, she needs to take advantage of her really good underhook game and her really good scramble game to get shots in after she gets to her feet or after she gets off of the cage.
For Finland's Minna Grusander, she believes that she's the better fighter. She also believes that Jinyu Frey thinks that she's the better fighter. She wants to capture that crown that she narrowly missed back in July. Julie, she's motivated to say the least.
She is. Grusander has publicly stated that she is the best atomweight in the world, and she has certainly proven herself in InvictaFC ever since her debut with beautiful attacks on the ground, lightning fast strikes, and just a real great vicious game.
Should this fight go 25 minutes, Minna Grusander will look to be perfect, a little bit better than she was last time. To leave no doubt, what does she need to do to get the job done?
Well, if she's going to pin the champion against the cage, she also needs more variety in her cage attacks, TJ. She had great single legs, great high crotches, but she didn't really vary it up with striking or double legs enough. There was a lot of pinning to the cage. But she's been 5 rounds with the champion, so she needs to exploit the noted tendencies. She knows what the champion's going to do. She knows how Frey moves. Now she needs to take advantage advantage of that and get more shots in and more takedowns. If she's put on her back or if she takes the champion down, she needs more urgency on the ground. She threw submission after submission up off of her back last time, but there was really no urgency in the scrambles. She needs more of that viciousness that we've seen in earlier fights.
We are scheduled 5 5-minute rounds once again for the Atomweight Championship of the World. Brutzku Mina Grusander looks to claim what she believes is rightfully hers. To do that, she needs to take out the champion in Jin Frey. It is our main event tonight, live from Kansas City. A lot more action headed your way from Kansas City. California's Kay Hansen takes on Colorado's Sharon Jacobson in a strawweight fight you cannot miss. Half pint, Alicia Zappitella is back. She takes on the former Atomweight title challenger in Amber the Bully Brown. Brianna Van Buren takes on the UFC veteran Jamie Moyle, who returns to InvictaFC tonight. Making her debut is Brittany Victoria. She takes on Chucky Sarah Klechka. Anastasia Nikolakakos meets Ashley Medina, and Ashlyn Kleinbeck will take on Chantel Coates to kick off our night. For more information about InvictaFC33, we throw to the third member of our commentary team. She's the former InvictaFC featherweight champ. It is Megan Anderson. Megan, welcome back.
Thanks so much, guys. At the top of tonight's card, we have a battle in the rematch between Jin Frey and the challenger, Mina Grusander, for Atomweight Gold. But, as always, there are a ton of other amazing fights on tonight's card that are also worthy of noting. We have Alicia Zappitella returning, who made waves in her Invicta debut against former title challenger Amber Brown in what could be a very fun fight for the fans. Zappitella, undefeated in her career thus far, is a fun and very creative young fighter looking to climb the ranks and earn her spot at the top of the atomweight division. She has fight-changing power, which isn't normally seen in the 105-pound division, and she really doesn't feel like she's displayed everything she's capable of yet. With a wrestling background, Zappitella has shown some of her best work in the clinch and is very calculated and successful with her takedowns. We'll see tonight how she uses her strength and physicality to close the range and implement her game plan against the taller and very dangerous veteran in Amber Brown. Having last fought in the Invicta cage in December of last year, Brown came away with a submission finish over Tessa Simpson, snapping a 3-fight losing streak. She definitely wants to keep the momentum going here tonight and fight her way back towards title contention. Being a very tall southpaw for the atomweight division, she mixes up her striking and combinations very well. She's very strong on the ground and has a phenomenal submission game. Will the bully be able to stop the momentum of Half Pint? We'll find out tonight. Kay Hansen is returning to the Invicta cage for the 4th time this year, breaking the record for shortest turnaround in Invicta history with just 29 days between fights. She takes on established contender Sharon Jacobson in what people are saying could be fight of the night. Jacobson was originally set to fight Kanako Murata, who was unfortunately forced off the card due to injury. Enter the young, hungry Kay Hansen, who stepped up on just 9 days' notice, dropping back down to the 115-pound division after coming up short in her last fight at 125 pounds. Hansen, with extreme confidence despite only being 19, has certainly proven her toughness and heart as she's developed under the Invicta banner and is looking to come away with the big upset tonight. Hansen is a very tenacious and aggressive pressure fighter. She does not stop or slow down from bell to bell. There is no quit to Kay Hansen, and that's really going to be interesting to see her up against the phenomenal wrestler that is Sharon Jacobson. Jacobson has beautiful trips and dangerous ground and pound, and she's very aggressive as she enters into the clinch and wrestling range. With this pivotal wrestler versus wrestler fight tonight, can the Dreamcatcher impose her will, or will it be the upset by the young up-and-comer? That's later on tonight. Also, Invicta fans, if you haven't done so already, get on your smartphones and text Invicta to 555-888 to get lots of free swag from our sponsors. You can also enter to win some autographed fight gloves just by texting Invicta to 555-888 now. You're not going to want to miss a minute of tonight's action. This is a card you're going to want to watch from Fight 1, Bell 1. Expect fireworks, guys. Back to you.
Flyweights will kick off our night as promotional newcomers Chantel Coates and Ashlyn Kleinbeck take center stage. Coming up next, it's Coates versus Kleinbeck. This is InvictaFC.
We are headed to the championship rounds.
And John Jones may be losing this fight. And he might have to take Gustafsson out to retain his title.
What an incredible title fight.
Who's the champion? Oh, that might have hurt him. Gustafsson's in trouble. And there's a vicious knee.
Jacobson trying to escape.
Oh, flying knee.
He's hurt himself. Come on, you can win this. You're winning. You have it.
Fifth and final round. Both of these guys are pushed to their limit.
Wow.
The greatest title fight in the history of the light heavyweight division. I have no idea who won.
Breaking news, the rematch of one of the greatest fights in UFC history, Jon Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson, is on.
This is an opportunity for Jon Jones to erase all the doubt. People will remember him as what he really is. One of the best fighters that's ever fought in mixed martial arts, period.
So welcome to the fire. I'm the one with the light.
The greatest talent we've ever seen inside the octagon.
Running through your phases, we're walking through the flames, getting higher.
He is a dangerous big man with a fantastic blend of skills to beat Jones.
Welcome to the fire.
It is a true champion versus champion matchup.
Two of the greatest female strikers in combat sports history will finally meet. The highest level of fighting you've ever seen in women's mixed martial arts. 2 belts.
That is a fantastic card.
Welcome to the fire. Welcome to the fire.
Kansas natives Ashlyn Kleinbeck and Chantel Coates make their professional and promotional debuts tonight inside the InvictaFC cage.
It's unbelievable. It's really worked on my nerves. I've been very anxious for this and excited for this. And it's just like a dream come true.
Originally scheduled to make her debut at InvictaFC31, Ashlyn Kleinbeck was forced out of the event after receiving an appendectomy. Now 100%, she hopes to pull out all the stops in her professional debut.
It's absolutely amazing. I can't believe I have this great opportunity to just go out and do what I want to do and be able to live the dream, you know. But I'm just stoked and honored that I get the opportunity to just be here.
Standing in her way is Chantel Coates, an Army veteran who will look to call upon her skills that include experience as an amateur in both Muay Thai and mixed martial arts.
I want to be more than just the Kobe, she's just fast or athletic. I want to be as the martial artist, you know. I want you guys to see the art that I'm going to create in the ring.
There's no way this is going to go to decision. I'm going to finish this soon and in the first round.
Ashlyn Kleinbeck makes her InvictaFC debut here tonight. Julie, she was supposed to be on the InvictaFC31 card. Unfortunately, wasn't able to make it that night due to an emergency appendectomy that sidelined her, not for as long as it probably should have. She actually entered a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament during her, recovery window. She ended up winning it, but she truly has the mindset of a fighter.
She certainly does. And, she said, yeah, I busted a couple stitches, but I won the tournament, and I just patched myself back up. Interestingly, TJ, these two were supposed to meet as amateurs as well, but the event got rained out, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, outside events in the Midwest, those things do happen in amateur mixed martial arts. And for Kleinbeck and Coates, tonight is finally the night. What better way to start your InvictaFC career? Ashlyn Kleinbeck started as a cheerleader in high school, and she said that experience actually helped her mentally prepare as a fighter. And cheerleading, I think, is one of the more underrated sports or clubs to be involved with when it comes to actually, utilizing that grit and determination to accomplish a goal.
Yeah, I've never cheered before, TJ, but the amount of balance and the tumbling that it requires. And in addition to that, she was also a wrestler, so she said she was able to switch mindsets easily from wrestling practice to cheerleading, and that's how she can really grasp the full MMA game mentally.
The cheerleader turned wrestler turned mixed martial artist Ashlyn Kleinbeck is ready to make her InvictaFC debut. An Army veteran, Chantel Coates, said that she has always been drawn to things that women typically aren't. She feels that in that fight or flight situation. Some people run from the fight. She runs towards it, and she runs towards her InvictaFC debut here tonight. She wants to make a big statement.
She does, and you heard her talking about wanting to be a martial artist out there, to be an artist with her fighting. She stated she grew up with one brother and 4 sisters, and she could beat all of them, but that wasn't the point. She said, fighting is a way of life for me, and it always has been.
Both Coates and Kleinbeck are Kansas natives. You heard it in the walkout here. The Scottish Rite Temple is split 50-50, I think. So a lot of friends and family in attendance. And, you know, I think these ladies will feel that pressure a little bit. It's their pro debut, the biggest show for women here coming up in mixed martial arts. And yeah, they definitely have an opportunity to showcase their talents to a worldwide audience, but they want to make their fans and friends in attendance very proud.
They do, and I think there's an extra added pressure that this fight was supposed to happen 2 times previously. There's some built-up tension here between these 2 women, and I'm excited to see it work itself out tonight.
Flyweights are inside the InvictaFC cage as Chantel Coates and Ashley Kleinbeck are set to make their debut. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for our opening contest here tonight. It is powered by shopinvictafc.com. Get your stocking stuffers right now, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and more at shopinvictafc.com. Chantel Coates, 7 years the elder of Ashley Kleinbeck. Kleinbeck stands 2 inches taller. Both women on point, 126 even for Coates, 124.1 for Kleinbeck. Both ladies stand with a reach of 66 inches. For our official introductions to get our night going, it is Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Facebook from Kansas City, Missouri. This is Invicta Fighting Championships. The action begins with 3 rounds. This in the flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting to my right out of the blue corner. She's a grappler, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall, official weight 124.1 pounds. Making her professional debut, fighting out of Manhattan, Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Ashlyn Kick-Ass Kleinbeck. And her opponent out of the red corner, she's a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in officially at 126 pounds. She too is making her professional debut, fighting out of Overland Park, Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chantel Coates. And your referee in charge is Greg Franklin.
Greg Franklin getting this flyweight assignment to kick off our night here in Kansas City. InvictaFC33, appreciate you joining us early for our preliminary bouts on Facebook. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Scottish Rite Temple. Touch of gloves, we are underway. Nice right hand gets through by Coates off the Kleinbeck kick.
Ooh, another right hand.
See if that's the plan for Coates to sort of counter off those kicks of Kleinbeck. And now throwing hands. Trying to reach forward is Kleinbeck. Coates coming alive.
Wow.
Big action. Oh, beautifully done. Chantel Coates victorious. Knockout. Unbelievable.
Wow, Kleinbeck said this wasn't going to go to a decision, and Coates made that true tonight.
She found that range, Julie, and really never let Kleinbeck off the hook. Very powerful was Chantel Coates, and my goodness, the flyweight division put on notice in just her first fight. That was some really impressive stuff.
It really was, TJ. That right hand was really fast, and her Muay Thai experience really showed through the way she was punching through the clinch of Kleinbeck.
She said that her biggest strength of her stand-up game was her head movement. We didn't even really need to see that. She was completely offensive the entire time. Ashley Kleinbeck, you know, put down early, not the debut that she wanted, but Chantel Coates, my goodness, 1-0 and off to a great start to her mixed martial arts career.
She certainly is. What a debut, TJ.
Ashley Kleinbeck getting looked at here, but let's look at this replay. Julie, walk us through.
Well, you can see that right hand landed very well for Coates. Kleinbeck is doing a little bit of head movement. She's trying to move around, but right here, she got put up against the cage, and that right hand just knocked her right on the chin. Lost consciousness, and the referee stepped in good order.
Chantel Coates getting it done in a fashion that she will not forget anytime soon. Undefeated as a professional. And it was very, very quick, to say the least. For the official time and our official decision is Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 28 seconds of round one for your winner by knockout, Chantel Coates.
Officially, the fastest knockout in InvictaFC history now belongs to Chantel Coates. She'll speak with our Megan Anderson.
Guys, I'm here with your winner, Chantel Coates. What a knockout. Oh my goodness, how do you feel? That's going to be an amazing debut.
I felt so overwhelmed. It was amazing. Thank you, God.
That right hand was, oh my God. Did you know that she was going to go down once she started clinching onto you like that?
Yes, my plan was just to be a tank, not one to be touched. And I knew this right hand was going to put her down.
We're going to go to the big screen. Take us through what you were thinking in this moment.
My moment was just, my time is coming. Be patient. Don't go forward with the pressure. Just wait till I see the opening, then just capitalize on it.
You certainly capitalized on it. You're fresh into the Invicta Fighting Championships. That was an amazing statement in your division. You know, what does 2019 hold for you?
Oh, this is just the start, you guys. I'm so dedicated to this. This is my life, and you guys are going to see, and I just pray that you guys are inspired by my journey.
Well done, guys. Your winner, Chantel Coates.
Chantel Coates, as I mentioned, officially setting the record for the fastest knockout in InvictaFC history. She dethrones Amber Leibrock, who defeated Marina Shafir in 37 seconds. Kleinbeck goes out in just 28 seconds. Chantel Coates, victorious here in Kansas City. More is headed your way. You're watching Invicta Fighting Championships.
Coming up next in Kansas City will be an atomweight contest as California's Ashley Medina battles the Canadian newcomer Anastasia Nikolakakos. This is InvictaFC.
Light heavyweights will reignite their rivalry on December 29th as former champion Johnny Bones Jones looks to reclaim gold when he takes on the mauler Alexander Gustafsson in a sequel to one of mixed martial arts' greatest bouts. It is UFC 232, Jones versus Gustafsson 2, only on pay-per-view.
Atomweights collide as California's Ashley Medina battles Canada's Anastasia Nikolakakos. At 2-0, Toronto's Anastasia Nikolakakos adds her talent to a stacked 105-pound division. Tonight, she hopes to keep her flawless record intact when she makes her InvictaFC debut.
My style is everything, I think. I have a lot of movement. I'm fast. I think I'm excited to watch. I don't know what to expect in there, so it's always a surprise for everyone watching. I just know I got to be prepared everywhere, and you're going to see a lot of movement. That's how I fight.
After coming up short in her sole professional bout at InvictaFC 25 against Jillian DeCourcy by decision, Ashley Medina returns to the cage when she looks to capture the first win of her young professional career.
I've never had a finish by knockout or a TKO before with like ground and pound or anything like that, so that would be nice.
Anastasia Nikolakakos makes the trek to Kansas City from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. She wrestled at a high level, actually had aspirations to make it to the Olympic stage, but now she's on the InvictaFC stage. She started in karate, wrestled, and she said her style is everything, Julian. I was watching her warm up earlier today. She was practicing everything, including some spinning techniques as well as just screaming. She was just practicing vocalizing that output in every possible way.
Yes, that was outside of my hotel room, PJ. I heard that as well. Yeah, I'm excited to see her debut. Nikolakakos, you know, like you said, she's from Canada and she trains with Grant's MMA, which is a fantastic team. And I don't know, like just from that screaming and that emotional output I was hearing earlier from her warm-up, which was an incredibly long warm-up in the hall as well, TJ, I'm really excited to see her. You know, she has a twin sister at home in Canada.
Yeah, and she said that her twin sister could likely be a fighter if she wanted to be. She's as athletic, but, you know, different siblings, different mindsets, and Nikolakakos is the fighter of the family. She's trained with Elias Theodorou in the past, and she says that one of the biggest aspects of her game is being a leader. Inside of the cage, outside of the cage, she likes to really sort of command that attention and shine in that spotlight.
And she certainly does command attention, I think, when she walks into a room or when she's screaming and warming up. But yeah, I think it's interesting to see somebody, I guess, not to bring sexism into this, but we see a young, short, 105-pound woman who can walk into a room and really lead, and I think that says something to MMA, and it says something to her personality. I'm excited to see her fight tonight in the InvictaFC cage.
As I walked by her warming up today, she said, "You're going to enjoy the show." Well, it's showtime. Anastasia Nikolakakos ready to go to work as she makes her InvictaFC debut in Kansas City. The 22-year-old Ashley Medina returns to the InvictaFC cage for the first time in over a year. She came up short to Jillian DeCourcy in her professional mixed martial arts debut. She trains with MMA Gold and El Dorado Hills. She's the teammate of Aspen Ladd and Yaya Rincon, two ladies we've seen inside the InvictaFC cage. She said that there's not a lot of women in her gym, but a very tight-knit group among the female athletes that they have there at MMA Gold.
A tight-knit group and, you know, obviously doing very well. Medina did not do so well in her debut. You know, she did fall short in her debut here, but she said it was such a lesson for her that she learned through that lesson. And one of the things she said she learned was to have more strategy, have more patience, to rely on her teammates to help her teach that, and help her work in those split-second decisions and adjustments that you have to make in the cage.
And at 22 years old, she's, you know, new in her mixed martial arts career and finding herself as a fighter and as a person. When someone is away for that long, you don't know what to expect. Ashley Medina looks to show off some skills tonight in her second InvictaFC appearance. All right, atomweights are in the cage. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for our second bout here on Facebook. It is powered by ShopInvictaFC.com. Get your t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and more. ShopInvictaFC.com. Anastasia Nikolakakos, 7 years the elder of the American Ashley Medina. Medina stands 1 inch taller. Both on point, 104.8 for Nikolakakos, 105.4 for Ashley Medina. For our official introductions of this atomweight contest, here's Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues. 3 rounds in the atomweight division. Introducing first, fighting to my right, out of the blue corner. She's a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet even, weighing in officially at 104.8 pounds. Her record perfect, 2 wins, no losses, fighting out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Anastasia Nikolakakos. And across the cage, her adversary fighting out of the red corner. She's a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in officially at 105.4 pounds. Her record, no wins, opposite 1 blemish, hailing from El Dorado Hills, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ashley Medina. And your referee in charge, Mike England.
Mike England getting this atomweight assignment here in Kansas City. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Ashley Medina, Anastasia Nikolakakos. Medina in the rash guard. Nikolakakos coming out southpaw, immediately goes back to orthodox. Medina trying to close the distance. Really light on her feet, mixing up the kicks and the punches, is Nikolakakos.
Yeah, you can see she's cutting some really nice angles there and not allowing Medina to kind of get a beat on her. Medina is kind of charging forward just a little bit, trying to cut off the cage, and Nikolakakos is able to kind of move around that big overhand.
Nikolakakos throws her to the mat, standing over. We'll see if she elects to go to the floor. Elects to punch, now inside. Turtling up now is Medina trying to get back to her feet. Canadian staying glued to her. Medina trying to turn into her. Now up against the fence. Underhook here for Nikolakakos. Trying to break that posture is Medina. Some power there by the Canadian on display. Muscles her to the mat once again.
Yeah, you can see Medina was trying to push off and get a little bit more distance there, and Nikolakakos took advantage of that and spun her to the ground.
On December 29th, the Octagon hits T-Mobile Arena with the light heavyweight title on the line as Johnny Bones Jones takes on Alexander Gustafsson, a sequel to one of MMA's greatest fights. Now in on the back is Nikolakakos, both hooks in.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was some really good back work, TJ. She was waiting to get that hook in, that extra hook in. She was doing ground and pound just to distract Medina. Medina is turtling up right now, trying to get out the back door from Nikolakakos. Nikolakakos continues to rain down punches.
Medina needs to move. Mike England taking a look at it. Flattening her out is Nikolakakos. Medina might be done, flattened. Hard shot to the side and or back of the head. Trying to maybe pivot off her arm bars, Nikolakakos, but saw that it wasn't there. Wise decision for her to not go for something that isn't necessarily there.
It was, you know, she was pulling for that armbar right there with the arm, but then she saw that Medina was turning back in, and she is once again hooks in on the back, underhooking, trying to stretch out the grounded fighter. Well, I guess they're both grounded, but big shots right there, TJ.
Bunching up some punches here as the Canadian. Medina needs to move. Smothering offense here. Now armbar upcoming. Medina in trouble, and she rolls through. Beautifully done. Now we'll see Medina on offense.
Nicely done by Medina. Nicely done by Nikolakakos. And you can see back up on their feet, already wrapped up again and fighting for that cage control, fighting for that inside control.
Nikolakakos tenacious with her offensive output here. Medina was in a good position for just a matter of seconds, and now eats a hard knee up against the fence. Nikolakakos said that her style really is everything. She's mixed it up quite well. Ground and pound, good strikes in the feet, incredible wrestling.
She certainly has, and Medina must feel a little bit of pressure right now, but also a little bit of maybe satisfaction that she was able to get out of such a bad position on the ground, reverse it. However, she's once again in a bad position, pinned on the cage. Nikolakakos has the inside control right now and is fishing for that takedown.
Been one-way traffic here over 3 minutes into the first round. Another nice knee there by the Canadian.
Oh, those are really sharp knees, TJ. Nice head control as well. You can see Medina pushes with her right hand to change her angle, and that is a way to get out of there, but Nikolakakos reads that and switches her position.
Canadian really mixing up her targets as well with the knees, you know, going to the body, but also to the thighs. Hard right hand by Nikolakakos. Another takedown again by the Canadian. Trying to go over to mount. Medina pinned up against the fence here. Hard to move. Nikolakakos.
Once again, she rides the back there, TJ. Getting some good shots in from the mount, but really, I think she's looking for a submission finish. I think she really wants that finish.
A lot of heart on display here by the Californian in Ashley Medina.
She's freed herself of the hook on the one side, and Nikolakakos switches her hips over and is able to reacquire it.
Hard right hand. Medina still covering up. Staying with it is Nikolakakos. Medina hit a hard elbow there, but she's able to try to get a guard back. Beautiful right hand there by Nikolakakos, gets through. Less than 30 seconds remain here in this opening round.
See, she pulled Medina away from the cage so she couldn't get her back there to come up. Ooh. Slide through with the knee.
Can't knee the head of the grounded opponent. You can argue that she was trying to get position there, but now back on the back, one hook in, two hooks in, final 10 seconds.
This is really an exercise in positional dominance, TJ, and also where to find your shots when you're trying to wrestle for position. Oh, nice.
5 minutes in the books. This in the atomweight division, Anastasia Nikolakakos, Ashley Medina. I gotta believe that's a 10-8 round, Julie.
That was pretty strong in favor of Nikolakakos. You know, Medina got out of bad positions, but she was defensive the entire time.
Medina, you know, showing heart, showing her durability. She was locked in that armbar, was able to get through. You know, we saw that in her first fight with Jillian DeCourcy. She hasn't been finished yet in her professional career, but heart is not exactly the only skill she wants to show here tonight in Kansas City.
No, it's not. She said she wanted to be more strategic. She wanted to take advantage of more opportunities, and in that round, she wasn't really able to.
Here's some action. Julie, walk us through.
Well, if we see that initial takedown, Nikolakakos grabbed the leg and threw several sharp overhands and then just kind of pushed her to the ground. Was able to pass the guard quite easily there, getting shots. And then you see this vicious ground and pound. She's able to extend her hooks, keep position. At one point, she tries to roll over for an armbar, gets it It looked pretty extended to be, but Medina really successfully defended that. Got up on top, but then unfortunately was put back on defense for the rest of the round.
Can't teach hard. We saw a lot of it from Ashley Medina. Now action underway. Kick there by Nikolakakos, trying to be capitalized by Medina, but now Medina gives up her back.
Yeah, we saw Medina, Nikolakakos the teep straight to the face of Medina, tried to use that game against her, grabbing the foot and taking her down, but Anastasia rode that through, and now she's on the back, like you said. You can see that Medina was fishing for that Kimura escape right there, getting a couple elbows in over the top.
That right hook in on the back there of Medina by Nikolakakos. Medina trying to weather the storm. We'll see if the storm lets up at all. Nikolakakos again back in a really good position, just 45 seconds into the second round.
And this is a really important place to train as a fighter, both top and bottom, just because of the hip motion that can happen on the top fighter. Medina has to look for those openings when Nikolakakos is looking for a larger opportunity to strike. Nikolakakos has to look for when she can insert those hooks, when she can roll over and stretch out her opponent.
Nikolakakos doing a great job at taking the back, but also flattening her out. Medina has been flattened out nearly every time she's had her back taken.
She has, and that's an important part, like I said, riding the hips, of understanding what's going on. Medina's trying to free one hook at a time, but she's eating a lot of punches when she gets flattened, so she needs to stay in action.
Medina getting back to her base here. See if she can get free. The Canadian still bunching up punches.
She's in a very, very high position on the back, TJ. She's got her hooks in, but you can see she's trying to lower herself by wrapping underneath the armpits of Medina. Medina still has that kind of backdoor escape where she's trying to push for it. Now, I like what Nikolakakos is doing. I don't know if you can see from the angle, but sometimes she bases her palm on the head of her opponent, pushes it to the ground, and then hits. Right now, she's hitting with both arms, and she's actually in a standing position with her back to the cage.
Medina trying to solve the puzzle here, trying to get free. Nikolakakos loses the hook on the right side. Still staying on the back.
And that's the dilemma of the person on the ground. Wrist control keeps them from striking. It sometimes keeps them from choking, but it allows them the opportunity to really work those hooks in on the back. Wow, Nikolakakos really takes advantage of those positions. She's trying for that rear naked, not quite getting it, and then she's basing on the head, trying to get those shots in.
The volume of Nikolakakos has slowed a little bit, but I think the power of the shots she's throwing now are adding up a little bit more than they were earlier. We'll see if Medina can do something. I mean, this is another round that she's had no offense of her own.
You can see Nikolakakos, she is able to flatten her out, rip her wrist out of that control, reestablish her position. Medina is still fighting, still turtling up, but she's eating a lot of shots, TJ. Ooh.
Interesting position here. Oh, just bullying her is the Canadian.
That was really well done. Oh, those shots to the abdomen are not good.
Mike England giving it a look. Ashley Medina has eaten a lot of punishment here. Still 2 minutes left to go in round number 2. This one might be close to being done.
Yeah, you can see Medina is still trying to fight, still trying to punch when she can, but Nikolakakos is just relentless.
Can't get her off the back. Mouthpiece goes. Ashley Medina has seen enough. She is done. Anastasia Nikolakakos, impressive in victory. And it was just a matter of time. I mean, the offensive output from the word go was on display by the Canadian. Calm, cool, and collected. Nikolakakos getting it done tonight inside the InvictaFC cage. My goodness.
She really is. I mean, she showed leadership in the way she dominated position to position. I mean, that's how you fight MMA. That's how you find ground and pound. You ride the hips, you reestablish your hooks, you find where you can hit the person whenever possible.
Atomweight has a new talent to take note of, Anastasia Nikolakakos. You know, we talked about the heart of Ashley Medina. We saw that in the latter part of that second round. It just broke. I mean, it's hard to weather the offensive storm that we saw from the Canadian. And my goodness, I can't wait to see her back inside the InvictaFC cage.
Same here, TJ. I love seeing this atomweight action.
We see the damage on the face of Ashley Medina. She was incredibly tough at just 22 years old. You know, she's determined to be a professional fighter, and a lot of fighters wouldn't have made it as far as she did tonight. I mean, one-way traffic like that, very difficult to deal with. And tonight belongs to Anastasia Nikolakakos. Atomweights, they get a champion tonight in our main event, but some talent upcoming here on our preliminaries. Let's make it official. Ray Flores has the time of the stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee in charge Mike England waves off about 3 minutes 26 seconds of the second round for your winner by technical knockout and still undefeated, Anastasia Nikolakakos.
One of the better InvictaFC debuts you can have, the Canadian Anastasia Nikolakakos victorious. She will speak with our Megan Anderson.
Guys, I'm here with your winner, Anastasia. What a absolute dominant debut. How amazing did this feel to come into Invicta with a performance like that?
Feels nice. I'm very blessed. The people here on this stage are top notch, so we got to step it up a little bit more. I wish it went a little bit better. I know that sounds weird to say, but you know, more work after, you know. Thank you.
Well, you seem to be one step ahead of her every moment of the fight from the first bell. You were so aggressive. You just seemed to have an answer. Did you know that that was going to happen?
No, you never really know what's going to happen. You can train your ass off all the time, you know, and you prepare for things. But until you're in here, you know, you got to react like a martial artist and see what happens at the end of the day, you know.
Well, at the end of the day, amazing performance. You kind of got to think you put a statement in the atomweight division. What's next for you?
Oh, hopefully climbing up the ladder and meet new competition, right? Keep getting better every day. That's it.
Well done, guys. Your winner, Anastasia Nikolakakos.
The Canadian Anastasia Nikolakakos doing it big in her InvictaFC debut. A talent to take notice of here in the atomweight division. She gets it done. All business, Julie Kedzie, and she came to work.
She really did, and work she did, TJ. I mean, I don't know, that ground and pound, we were hearing it from over here at the table. I'm excited to see what her future brings. That was actually a textbook ground and pound positional dominance.
She said we were going to enjoy the show, and the show was pretty good. Speaking of our show, headed your way, 9 p.m. coming up on UFC Fight Pass. We go live with our main card. It all leads up to our atomweight title tilt in our main event. The champion, Jinyu Frey, looks to leave no doubt when she meets a familiar foe in Finland's Mina Grusander. InvictaFC headed your way with our main card at 9 p.m. Central Time, only on UFC Fight Pass. InvictaFC rolls on from Kansas City as we shut down the year of 2018. More headed your way. You're watching InvictaFC.
Tonight in Kansas City, atomweights will look to settle the score as champion Jinyu Frey defends her title for the first time in her career. In front of her will be a familiar foe in Finland's Mina Grusander. Last July, Jinyu Frey established herself as the new queen of the atomweights, earning a gritty unanimous decision victory over Mina Grusander. While this accomplishment was a long time coming for Invicta's most prolific atomweight veteran, not everyone agreed that the decision should have gone Frey's way.
It's gonna feel great to get the belt. I already feel like it's mine. I really do. I feel like it's my belt.
Despite the fact that all three judges cage side gave the nod to Frey, many fans felt it was Grusander who should have had her hand raised. In the days and weeks following the contest, the enmity between both camps grew, as each side took to social media and the press to argue their claim to victory.
This is my title, and I'm going to show everybody that it belongs to me. And frankly, if she were on fire, I wouldn't piss on her.
The arguments escalated and dispute began to blur the lines between fight opinions and personal attacks. As the tensions continued to grow, it became apparent that Frey and Grusander had become the first great rivalry in atomweight history, and a rematch was inescapable.
Well, right now, my respect level towards her, it's, well, 0.
Tonight, we are here to witness the next chapter unfold. Now, Frey and Grusander return to the same city and venue where it all began, as Kansas City's Scottish Rite Temple plays host to our main event that features the best 2 atomweight athletes on the planet. While the title will once again be on the line, there's more to it than just gems and gold. With a chip on her shoulder, the champion seeks to validate her status and silence the critics by proving to the world that she is truly the best 105-pound woman on the planet. The challenger returns to America with an even stronger sense of confidence on her side, complemented by her calculated approach to take what she believes is rightfully hers. Tonight, live on UFC Fight Pass, the InvictaFC Atomweight Championship of the World is on the line as champion Jinyu Frey and challenger Mina Grusander clash once again, and this time, they look to leave no doubt. Bantamweights will battle as InvictaFC veteran Sarah Klechka welcomes newcomer Brittany Victoria. Live from Kansas City, this is Invicta Fighting Championships.
Watch the UFC's biggest names, rising stars, and fan favorites on the featured bout of the UFC Fight Pass Early Prelims. No matter where the fight goes down, UFC Fight Pass is the only place to see every moment of the UFC Fight Pass Early Prelims.
Whoa! My goodness!
Start your 7-day free trial now.
A bantamweight bout is set to unfold as InvictaFC veteran Sarah Klechka welcomes newcomer Brittany Victoria. Brittany Bombshell Victoria turned pro earlier this year after putting together a 5-1 amateur run. Tonight, she takes the cage for the third time in 2018 as she looks to capture the biggest win of her young career.
Usually for every fight I work on everything. This fight I have been working on my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling, grappling, boxing. I've been working on it all.
Fighting out of American top team Tampa, Florida's Sarah Klechka returns to the cage for the first time after dropping a decision to Lisa Spangler in a bout that she took on just 1 week's notice. Tonight, she looks to return to the win column by picking up the third victory of her professional campaign.
I'm definitely excited. I'm excited to get this last fight in before the end of the year, and it was a great fight camp. It was a hard fight camp, and I'm really excited about this fight.
You know, there's things that I would like to do, but you never know. There can be so many different outcomes. There can be so many different scenarios. But like I said, I'm just going to be prepared.
I would like to finish ground and pound or submission. If I finish her standing up, that's always great too. But I'm more of a ground player, so that's where I prefer to be.
Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, Brittany Bombshell Victoria makes her InvictaFC debut here tonight. She started her combat sports career trying to become a boxer and then met former UFC heavyweight champion Rika Rodriguez, who turned her down a path she didn't necessarily thought she was going to take, and that was becoming a mixed martial artist. And you know, who better to introduce you into MMA than a former UFC heavyweight champion? And since she's been on this road, she's been doing pretty good, 2-0 as a professional, and tonight she makes her InvictaFC debut.
Yeah, she's had a busy year, TJ, but you're right, starting as a boxer, starting to think, I want to be a boxer, and then somebody urging you to MMA it's an interesting career move, but the fact that she latched onto it, the fact that she really enjoyed it, and she was the only woman in the gym for the longest time dealing with a heavyweight like Rika Rodriguez, is a testament to her toughness and her grit.
She said she had to fight a lot in high school. She was bullied, and you know, what better way to deal with bullies than learning a martial art, finding that self-discipline, and you know, defending yourself when you need to. And she's been able to do that, and you know, that martial art ability she honed at a younger age, she's enjoying as an adult and as a professional.
She is, and you know, she said she didn't watch that much tape on her opponent, on Klechka, and that seems to be a refrain that a lot of the fighters have said tonight. They don't really care. They let their, you know, they watch a little bit, but they let their coaches and their camp make those adjustments. Their job is to do the fighting and to listen to their coaches, and I find that to be, you know, it's interesting to see that that's become a refrain for people.
Yeah, it's something that, you know, I see very common with young up-and-coming fighters, and as fighters move through their career when they're more veterans, then I think they take, you know, control of their game plan a little bit and enjoy that intel process a little bit. But Brittany Victoria, she said, I'm going to be concerned about what it is that I want to do and go out and try to execute.
Yeah, I'm going to pull one of those back in my day things, but we had to stalk each other to find out
right.
information.
Yeah, you had to reach out to your opponent and say, hey, can you send me tape on you? Because I can't find it anywhere. There's no YouTube back in the day.
Digging through those old forums.
The bombshell Brittany Victoria is inside the InvictaFC cage, where she hopes to impress tonight in her debut. Tampa, Florida's Sarah Chucky Klechka makes the walk to the InvictaFC cage for the 3rd time in her career. Last time out, she came up short to Lisa Spangler in a fight that she took on just 1 week's notice. She said tonight she wants to be more technically minded, really stick to that game plan. She said, you know, in the pre-fight interview that she's more of a ground player. I expect we see that game plan from Sarah Klechka, try to get this fight to the floor and do what she does best.
Yeah, and you know, in her Invicta debut, she took on a prospect in Amberlyn Orr and defeated her. So, you know, taking 1 week notice fight against Lisa Spangler, another up-and-coming prospect, is a testament to her willingness to fight. Now she's happy to have had a full camp. She wants to show exactly what she has out there, and she's ready to go tonight.
We mentioned the danger on the floor. She's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt. Also has a black belt in Taekwondo, so we'll see if that comes in to play tonight. You know, we talked about the technically minded intelligence of Sarah Klechka. She really went the opposite way of her opponent. She liked to look at tape. She liked to come up with the game plan and try to execute it, so we'll see if she can stick to it tonight. They say everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. We'll see who sticks to theirs tonight inside the InvictaFC cage. Bantamweights are ready to go. Let's take a look at the tail to tape for this 135-pound affair. It is powered by ShopInvictaFC.com. Get all your gear today. ShopInvictaFC.com. 27 years old is Brittany Victoria, 2 years older than the Floridian Sarah Klechka. Victoria stands 1 inch taller, both on point, 135 pounds. Victoria will enjoy a 4-inch reach advantage. For our official introductions here from Kansas City, it's Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action rolls on. 3 rounds in the InvictaFC Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting to my right, out of the blue corner. She's a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in officially at 135.2 pounds. Her record undefeated, 2 wins, no losses, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brittany Bombshell Victoria. And across the cage, her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. She's also a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in officially at 135.8 pounds. Her record near perfect, 2 wins, opposite 1 defeat from Tampa, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sarah Chucky Klechka. And your referee in charge is Greg Franklin.
Bantamweight's ready to go inside the InvictaFC cage. Greg Franklin getting this assignment. Brittany Victoria in her InvictaFC debut, meeting the veteran Sarah Chucky Klechka. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Scottish Rite Temple here tonight, the final card of 2018.
Both of them come out swinging, TJ. Oh.
Diving for the legs is Klechka, answered with some boxing skills there of Victoria.
Yeah, the takedown was from a little bit far away, and that hammer fist kind of on the way down from Victoria was nicely timed. Oh!
Quick hands there by Bombshell Brittany Victoria. Clash of the legs there on the kick. Punches answered there by Victoria. Really strong, long shots there by the Californian and Victoria.
Yeah, a 4-inch reach advantage is no joke, DJ.
See if Klechka can solve that riddle here early. Overhand right there by Klechka. Ooh, nice right hand. Found a home there by Klechka. See if she tries to set up that takedown that she was looking for earlier after, you know, now she's found a home with some of her strikes. Nice long jab there by Victoria. Coming forward is the Bombshell. Klechka trying to answer back. Klechka has yet to go for that takedown after the initial attempt.
Yeah, I think she understands she's going to have to set it up with a little bit more, and it's hard to set it up when you don't have that kind of extra reach, TJ.
Set it up, Sarah.
Nice movement there from Victoria. Klechka's still in motion as well, but she's not really pushing, or excuse me, snapping those punches out there quite as much.
It is a bit of a grappler versus striker affair, but it's a striker Victoria that has a bloody nose. Trying to answer the kick was Klečka with that right hand. Nice right hand there by Victoria, now bunching up some punches. Klečka able to stay with it though.
And Victoria's dropping her hands a little bit in those exchanges, but she's also landing very cleanly with those right hands.
Take the lead leg of Klečka by Victoria. Looks like Klečka's getting a bit more confidence here, trying to figure out that range, but Victoria's still very dangerous.
She is, but she kind of does this big movement before she steps in. You know, you kind of see her coming with those legs. She does a little doo-doo-doo kind of step before she's coming in, and I think that Victoria's reading that, and well, that was actually a very nice kick there from Klečka, and she's reading and she's trying to pinpoint those counter strikes there.
3 minutes into this first round between these bantamweights.
You know, Klečka's been trying to land that overhand, and I really do think once it lands for her, she'll be able to set up that takedown off of it. She's just got to get a little bit closer in that range.
Klečka coming in quick with those hands. Again, the blood flowing from Victoria's nose. Combination there by the Californian. I think the right hand got through.
And I really admire those fast, rapid punches from Klečka. I think that's what's really working for her, and she needs to continue to do that, change levels, and get underneath.
Now both of these ladies leaking from the nose a little bit. This has been a action-packed fight here. Opening first round, not much of a feeling out process. I mean, they've gathered some intel, but they've also bunched up some punches, put some damage getting put on here by Brittany Victoria. Now in on that takedown is Klečka. She can't get it. Sticking with the clinch though, plum clinch there. She loses it. Now Victoria going to try to make her pay.
So Victoria read that overhand, slipped those punches in there nicely. They tied up and she was able to defend the takedown. I think Klečka needed to get a little bit tighter of a clinch right there and really try to wrench her head to the side in order to have a dominant position there.
Take the lead leg there of Victoria by Klečka. Bantamweight's putting on a show here in this first round.
And I like that movement to the left that Klečka's doing. I think she needs to move her head to the left as she throws that right hand and make sure she keeps her left hand up a little bit higher. Victoria seems very confident, very light on her feet right now, but she has eaten some shots.
Hard right hand, a left answer by Victoria. Another shot rocks the head of Klečka.
And one thing that Klečka is doing very well is recentering. She's getting to the center of the cage after exchanges. She's working her way though, so Victoria always has to be moving. Oh, nicely done.
Spinning back fist attempt off the kick that Victoria caught. Final seconds here of round number 1. 5 minutes in the books between these bantamweights. Both had their moments, both showing the signs of an early war developing inside the InvictaFC bantamweight division. Shot there of Klečka in her corner. Julie, it's clear that the striking, while she's comfortable there, she has eaten a lot of shots. She said she's a ground fighter. What does she need to do to change things up here in round number 2?
Well, I think in round number 2, a lot of it comes to these entries in order to give it to the ground. You know, we can kind of see those entries coming up. We can kind of see like how Klečka's giving it away just a little bit with her footwork before she comes in. And I think a lot of that's, you know, she's working for a fake. She's working to push forward. When she actually pushes forward, she does well. But here's this big flurry that Victoria answers her with. Klečka dives in, beautifully timed shot, but Victoria is able to pull her way out of it. When Klečka grabs onto the tie clinch like that, and she's trying to wrench her, she just needs to tuck those elbows a little bit better. But look at the way she centers back up in exchanges, TJ. She's doing that well. Her instincts are right. She just needs to be under her attack a little bit more, her feet under her attack more.
5 minutes in the books. We are headed to round number 2. Brittany Victoria making her InvictaFC debut here tonight, taking on Sarah Klečka. Her 3rd appearance inside the InvictaFC cage. Some water on the floor spilled there, so referee Greg Franklin taking care of it. Here we go, round number 2 underway. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Scottish Rite Temple, InvictaFC33 here tonight.
Victoria charges right to the center of the cage right now. She's very bouncy. She's very alive for this round starting out.
Nice. It's a very long, hard, stiff jab there by Victoria.
Klečka's had some good slips when she's done head movement. If she can keep head movement up, she's not going to get hit quite as much with that reach advantage.
You can see that Klečka's a little bit tentative trying to get on the inside there. I mean, this reach advantage is hard for her to solve here.
It is, and I don't think she can breathe out of her nose right now either. I'm pretty sure that's broken, TJ, and so I think she's kind of trying to make sure she's not getting those straight shots, not getting hit straight where that is, so that she can still breathe out of her mouth. A little bit wild there, Brittany Victoria.
Oh, beautiful left hand by the Californian, finds a home. Klečka ate it. Still with it now. Gonna try to see if that urgency for the clinch picks up. It does. Now clinch up against the fence.
And that urgency was what she needed. You know, she kind of charged for it. You can see Victoria's working her angle off the cage, swinging a little bit wildly, but earlier that straight right and that left hook from Victoria was really vicious.
She wanted to be a boxer, did Brittany Victoria. She's showing the sweet science off here in this second round. Klečka game, though.
She is, and when she's moving forward, when she ducks her head, Victoria that time nicely timed that right uppercut.
Victoria's had some success. She's still picking her shots, not getting too wild. We've seen, you know, some big combinations, but you know, largely intelligent with her output. Kick to the lead leg by Klečka.
And I think that fake footwork like she was doing in the first round, if she does a kick and keeps her hands up, she's going to be able to land that quite a bit on Victoria, as long as she off angles her head.
What is Klečka looking for here? I mean, she's definitely waiting. Big combination there by Victoria.
Well, I would say she's looking for an entrance to grab on, to clinch on it and get her to the ground, but that time she retreated. So it may be that she's kind of looking for shots to calm herself down, to get into the fight. I mean, she's in the fight right now, but Victoria's bouncing around on the outside, making it hard to pinpoint. So maybe the Klečka's trying to get a read on her so she can get that opening for the takedown. She's eating a lot of shots there.
Now in on a clinch, standing arm triangle here by Klečka. Is this something she can finish?
It is. You can finish this on your feet. I'm not sure she's in a position to do that yet. I don't know from the camera angle, TJ, but she has to be really wrapped up and she has to really use her head. Yeah, it's hard to see from right there. She's really got to push her head against her opponent.
Victoria with some frantic movements here. I think this is locked in.
It is locked in. You can see,
she lost it there. But
you can see Victoria was looking for a way to wedge her hips around.
Underhook here by Victoria, now pushing Klečka up against the fence, now unloading some hands here on the break. Touch over 90 seconds left in the second round.
It shows Klečka's still dangerous. She's still got those submission attempts right there. It did put Victoria on the defense, but once again, Victoria looks like to be the fresher fighter, bouncing around on the outside. Good kick.
She slipped there, did Victoria, looked at the mat. Still very light on her feet.
And I would imagine the amount of blood on the mat is going to make it a little bit slippery right there. Both fighters contributing to that.
Klečka now taking the initiative. Victoria, I think, trying to get her win back a little bit.
And that Superman punch is not a bad idea if she keeps her hands up and she uses it to fake for an entrance. Leaning back against those punches might get her out of punching range, but it's going to be dangerous for where her chin is at.
Final minute here in round number 2. Sarah Klečka, Brittany Victoria. Victoria now coming forward.
And I think Victoria really needs to amp it up right now if she wants to get a finish in this round. I think she needs to really rattle those punches off now.
Big right hand there by the Californian. Final 30.
Get in deep, give me a deep one, let's go. Sarah, you have to come out aggressive, let's go.
Corner of Klečka telling her that she needs to be aggressive.
And I think it's hard to throw punches when you know there's going to be a big response like that. Nice head movement there from Klečka. You know, Victoria has landed off of Klečka's attacks quite a bit. So you can see Klečka kind of leans back sometimes when she's throwing the jab. She's a little bit more tentative. She's definitely still looking for that overhand, though.
10 minutes in the books between these bantamweights. Brittany Victoria with that 4-inch reach advantage, and she's using all 4 inches of it quite wisely.
She really is, and she's staying very calm. You know, I wanted her to ramp it up there and look for a knockout at the end of that round because it looked as though Klečka was gassing, but she's staying calm. She's staying a little bit on her bicycle, really using that nice footwork, moving back and forth, and finding those shots. Klečka, very game though, right? That standing arm, head and arm choke, arm triangle. But you see this big, it's a big right cross to the body, left hook over the top was probably one of the most significant blows of this round. And then we see this standing submission to have the head and arm choke, standing arm triangle choke, however you want to call it. And it is actually very deep. You can see it's underneath, but the chin actually, Victoria's doing a good job of kind of burying her chin. What that does, though, it creates pressure in the nose, and you end up bleeding a little bit more because there's more blood going to your head. So whereas I don't think she was in danger of necessarily being tapped, she was very uncomfortable.
Absolutely, a low percentage move, but really the only effective offense that I think Klečka had for a sustained period of time in that second round. We'll see if she thinks that her back is against the wall headed into this third and final round. Getting floor cleaned up here. Once again, Greg Franklin going to work.
You know, and I think that standing arm triangle would be a nice thing to attempt to try to get a trip and wrench her around, try to get more top, or drag her to the ground to get top control.
Third and final round underway. Sarah Klečka, Brittany Victoria. Big right hand there by Victoria. Klečka throwing that kick to the lead leg. Victoria trying to answer with strikes and doing so pretty much every time that Klečka throws it.
Yeah, and when Victoria tightens her shots, man, they look hard, TJ. Sometimes they're getting a little bit wild, but that's understandable. She only turned pro this year. Ooh, ate a shot right there. Nice right hand by Klečka. Really haven't seen her go back to that takedown attempt. I think she's only shot for 2 the entire fight. See if she finds an opening. Right hand thrown there by Klečka. Left lands nice on the chin. And this is where Klečka's experience could take over. It seems as though Victoria has slowed down a little bit. She was a little bit sloppy trying to grab the kick and punch Klečka, and now Klečka's maybe getting a feel for things. She's getting an idea where she can zip in and out, use that head movement, and try to land harder shots. Victoria's shots getting a little more loopy as this fight continues as well. Now Klečka tried to get on the inside, unable to do so. Yeah, it was a nice spin-off by Victoria. Talk about Victoria's pace slowing. She never stops moving, always bouncing. Bantamweights have definitely come to fight. You can always get at us on Twitter, at TJ DeSantis, at JulesK_fighter, at InvictaFights, hashtag InvictaFC33. Ooh, nice right hand counter there by Klečka. Victoria coming forward. Yeah, I think she's kind of getting a sense of that, a sense of where she can put her head when these things happen. I would like her hands to be higher, TJ. I think with a taller fighter, you really got to keep those hands up high, or you got to be out of the way. 2 minutes into this third and final round. Left hand by Klečka. Another one. See Victoria, that punch got her kind of vicious there. She was ready to counter that quite a bit. Oh, beautiful right hand off the kick there by Klečka. In trouble. Victoria trying to capitalize, knee to the body. Left hand misses. Flurry of action there coming up on 2.5 remaining here in the third and final. And that is one of the dangers of throwing a kick without punches in front of it. People can see it coming, they grab it, they can hit you or take you down. She was not able to really get a successful position off of it, but Klečka ate some shots because of it. Victoria again coming forward. Klečka, defensive in her nature. I really love Victoria's aggression. You know, she is eating some shots, but she so far has really been landing most of the power punches, and when she's straight punching like that. Whoop, big combination there by Victoria. I think she gets loopy at the end of those combos. And she's been throwing punches pretty much this entire fight. I think the gas being tested here. Klečka coming forward with the combination, finished off with a kick. See a little bit crouching movement from Victoria. I think she's looking for a big shot right now. She's looking to kind of shell up and hit that big right hand. Ate another kick. Klečka has finished off a lot of her combinations with that kick. Yeah, and it's landed well, TJ. I mean, we hear a big smack when she throws it. Putting punches in front of it, and those punches are kind of whipping, but putting punches in front of it actually makes the leg available. Nice spin. I don't know if that hit or not, though. Hard angle to see. Victoria, no worse for the wear, still coming forward. You can see Victoria's dropping that left hand a little bit when she gets too excited. When she goes back to her instincts of punching straight, she does very well, though.
Klečka, a good striker, black belt in Taekwondo. We've seen her skills before.
Oh,
now
nice.
on a takedown.
And actually, when Klečka does a fake before she strikes, she's able to get her head out of the way. She's able to get, successfully get to a good angle where she doesn't get hit. She just has to stay calm there. Unable to get Victoria to the ground. Sorry.
Yeah, no, wide base here by Victoria. Able to make some space and get free. Final 40 seconds here in this contest. Exchanging of jabs once again. Right hand by Klečka gets through. Victoria now comboing up some punches. Klečka reaching forward.
Both of them are digging deep right now.
Another spinning back fist there by Klečka.
Oh.
Doubles up on it again. Now Victoria. Hard right hand. Victoria trying to finish this one before the bell.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
That's a wrap. 15 minutes in the books. Both ladies fought very hard. Brittany Victoria introduces herself to Invicta's bantamweight division in a big way. What a fight. She said she was going to be a boxer. She's a mixed martial artist. She still has some boxing skills.
Yeah, but man, she had some really good cage spin-up defense and some good tie clench for, to be able to get out of there. I'm really impressed by Klečka's jaw in that last exchange, TJ. I know we're not supposed to compliment a fighter's jaw because it means they're getting hit, but obviously she was getting hit and she was still standing. She was still trying to attack and, in fact, went for a takedown at the very, last 30 seconds of the round.
Both ladies young in their mixed martial arts career. When you look at Sarah Klečka, this is going to be a learning experience for her, win, lose, or draw. Let's walk us through some of this action here, Julie.
Well, she was landing that kick quite a bit, but that time you saw Victoria was able to kind of catch it. Now, Victoria does not successfully get Klečka's back. Klečka turns into her, but there's kind of a lot of big winging going on here. Big punches from both of them. They really wanted to hit each other. But I think you can see Victoria was landing more shots and cleaner shots. Now that spinning back fist did land. I saw the angle of it. Big spinning back fist, a lot of spinning back fists actually from Klečka. And you see she got rocked there with those hooks. She steps backward a little bit. Her legs are wobbling. She still dives right in for that double leg at the end. Impressive, a warrior spirit.
Judges tallying their 10s and 9s. These bantamweights really put on a show inside the Invicta FC cage. Brittany Victoria, proud of her work. Sarah Klečka, very gritty, durable. We'll see what the judges say in this one, but bantamweight division, these ladies young in their careers, and excited to see both of them return in the future here at Invicta FC. All right, the judges have rendered their decision. It lies with Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the full distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. All three judges are in accordance. 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Brittany Bombshell Victoria.
The Bombshell gets it done in her Invicta FC debut via unanimous decision. Brittany Victoria, victorious. Here in Kansas City, she will speak with Megan Anderson.
Guys, I'm here with your winner, Brittany. What a fight. Oh my goodness, from the bell to bell. How does it feel coming in with an amazing debut like this?
It feels great. It feels amazing. It feels good.
So you literally, it looked like you threw everything but the kitchen sink at her and she still didn't go down. Were you expecting it to be a tough fight like that?
I always expect anything from my opponent, so I can't say yes or no, but she was tough. It was good. It was great. On to the next one.
On to the next one. You finished in 2018 with a phenomenal performance, making it undefeated. What's it for 2019 for you?
I'm ready for whatever's next.
Guys, your winner, Brittany Victoria.
Brittany Victoria, victorious in her Invicta FC debut. The third win of her professional career. She turned pro earlier this year and finishes the year with the biggest win of her young career, and did so in very impressive fashion. Julie, I can't wait to see her back. She knows how to utilize that reach, and she's got some really powerful strikes.
She does have some powerful strikes, and she's got good instincts when it comes to being put up against the cage, or when she was in that arm triangle position, she was able to work her way out of it, stay calm, and I really like the way she angles, and her footwork was fantastic.
Unanimous decision goes the way of Brittany Victoria here in Kansas City. Of course, a lot more action is headed your way tonight on UFC Fight Pass. Let's take a look at the card. Mina Grusander, the Finland fighter, is back to take on Jinyu Frey. They renew their rivalry. Atomweight title on the line as Jinyu Frey is the champion, heading back to her title-clinching performance in July. Tonight we look to do it again and leave no doubt. The undefeated Mexican prospect, Conejo Montserrat Ruiz, takes on the UFC veteran in Danielle Taylor. Kay Hansen is back for the third straight card. She takes on Sharon Jacobson. Alicia Zapatella will face the former Atomweight title challenger Amber the Bully Brown. And Brianna Van Buren is back at InvictaFC to welcome Jamie Moyle. The InvictaFC product turned UFC veteran returns to the InvictaFC cage tonight. This is all headed your way, coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 7 in the West. Of course, it is only on UFC Fight Pass. Julie, Jinyu Frey, Mina Grusander, it shall be done again, and this time they hope to leave no doubt.
Yes, and you know, I'm looking forward to the title fight, of course. I want to see what happens with that one. I'm also pretty interested to see Zapatella versus Brown. You know, those are two fighters who are very, very physical atomweights, but physical in such different ways. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Brianna Van Buren versus Jamie Moyle. Jamie Moyle back from the UFC, hoping to get back on track here. And Danielle Taylor, another UFC vet coming into the Invicta cage. Conejo Montserrat Ruiz, I hope I don't say her name wrong. She has impressed me all week with her personality. She's hilarious, she's fun, and she looks, well, she says, I'm crazy. You can see her neck tattoos. It's kind of insane. And then Kay Hansen coming right back. You can't keep her out of the cage. Going against Sharon Jacobson. Sharon with the really, really good wrestling background against Kay Hansen, who we praised for her wrestling in the cage, coming back down to strawweight, where I think she belongs.
Exciting fights from top to bottom, of course. It is headed your way. 10 p.m. in the East, 7 in the West. InvictaFC33. Atomweight's taking center stage. Once again, Mina Grusander, Jinyu Frey tonight. They look to leave no doubt. Again, 10 in the East, 7 in the West, live on UFC Fight Pass, InvictaFC33. Closing down 2018 for the premier promotion for women's mixed martial arts right here in Kansas City.